This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
On the set. Protein spill.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
The tackle by Sione Takitaki.
Your trip is here, baby. Your trip is here.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
Okay, ready?
Mike 51. Let's go. Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go.
Go.
Banjo.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a give, right side. Hutton. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Hatchet. Check 43.
Recon, 132 fighter.
Mike 51.
2nd and 1. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 36.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there, because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space.
Got it.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 36.
57's the mic. Watch 57. Hey, come on, now. 57's the mic.
Hey. Hit it.
Back to throw. Correa. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about.
Set, ready, 50, plant.
Mike. 6 man.
Hey!
Check cross.
Ready?
Cook following the penalty. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the Raiders' 13-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Check the backer.
Get it.
On the carry, it's Cook. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Looking to throw. Correa. That'll be complete to Cook. So apparently some grabbing of the jersey there on the O-line.
Yeah, just look in the interior, and that's where the penalty occurred.
Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? Operating from the gun, Correa. And a good return here as he takes it up past the 30-yard line. No doubt a very disappointing end to what was a pretty strong opening drive.
They had 3 points in their back pocket. It was there for them. If you don't like what you see, just throw it away. Make sure you get those points on the board. Don't get too greedy. He forced it there. You saw the end result.
Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this first down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Here we go.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 14 yards is the pickup there, and a Raider first.
A gain of 14. And the Raider first down.
Set up, 30 base.
We're scoreless after 1. Now a handoff here to his running back. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. And to give this time to the tailback. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Down, 90 Wolf.
I can't believe they even let you play.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He finds his tight end, Gentry. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Zach Gentry, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. The game had been pretty uneventful offensively until that big strike.
No doubt about it. Almost felt like they were just going back and forth a little bit in the first quarter. But in the second quarter, things ramped up a little bit. Things jumped up. And you're exactly right. Going to make a highlight film or two. We'll be watching that one later on today.
Parkey adds the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. Oh, leaves him behind on the spin.
Now that's the kind of return that warms the heart of a special teams coach. He'll be pushing us next time, Brandon, to make sure his guys are introduced in the starting lineups. These guys have such an influence on every game. The unsung heroes, remember, they have their own meetings, their own practice time, heck, their own spot on the bench in order to be ready to play each and every week.
Here we go, set, 10 Lobo. Yes, yes. 2.
First down, here's the run with Cook. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
70, Indy. Look at me, zipper, hit.
On second down, it's Cook. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much.
Go on, go on. Ready?
Off the play fake. Correa. And he's able to find Diggs. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 36. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Back to throw. Correa. Complete. Smith has it. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. From the pistol, they run it with Cook. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook, his 17th touchdown now on the season, as they are now on the board here in the first half. On for the point after is Randy Bullock. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This will be taken short. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this...
Now, a loose football. The ball comes out.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
Check, watch 54, watch 54. So we got man.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
General West.
54, right there. 54, Mike. Yo.
Five.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Second quarter action, 1:56 remaining. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. Here's Pat O'Donnell now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Pulled in at the 24. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10.
Let's go
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Break. 53. Check 53.
Nifty running by Beckham. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move, and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. And he'll give it here to his running back. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter.
10-2 stop.
Go. Check 4. Check 30.
X3. 218. Chopper.
Off play action. Correa. He's got the first down inside the 10. He finds Beckham complete. And he's all the way down to the 13-yard line. Yeah, they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half.
Here we go.
So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that.
Hey, orbit. Get it.
To throw on second down. Correa. It's caught by OBJ. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards, first down, Vikings.
Down. 60 yards.
On first down, Correa. And this one complete to Smith. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Check nickel. 36.
Now.
Hey, check Mike 57. Mike 57. Watch the call.
Topper. You're out.
Alert 3.
Off the play fake. Correa. It's caught. Beckham. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 43. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Come on, set. 10 Lobo.
53 is the mic. I got it. Check 52.
Pilot, 64, weak. 5.
A quick throw taken in by Diggs. Past the 20. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. A gain of 39 that time.
It's not a surprise when you read scouting reports and watch tape because you know he's a heck of a player. But he is so difficult to get down in the open field. They just want to get him the ball and let him do his thing.
Go.
They'll run with Cook. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal. Defensively, they must have been expecting a pass. They were in the dime look out there.
I think maybe they were deciding to go with speed on the field rather than bulk. I'm with you, a little bit surprising. They wanted people getting to the ball as fast as possible. The lighter, shiftier defensive backs allow you that opportunity.
They'll run for it with Cook. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. A good, sustained drive there in this 3rd quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
This will be taken very short. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And their halftime hole now even deeper. They need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half.
Accelerating, and off he goes. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. A great play there with touchdown number 7 on the year, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Parkey with the extra point, and the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25.
Let's go, bring it on.
First down and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Stephon Diggs. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Boy, the action just coming fast and furious right now. If you got up to go get a drink from the fridge, you picked the wrong time. 2 long touchdowns.
Yeah, and that's how you answer a one-play drive, with a one-play drive of your own. And you're exactly right. If you step away from the action, my dad took me to a Major League Baseball game when I was 8. I needed to go to the bathroom. Of course, while we're in the bathroom, grand slam home run.
Well, it tends to happen that way, doesn't it?
Yeah, my dad still hasn't forgiven me.
And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
Let's go.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. 2nd and 9 now. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. They'll look to throw here. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 25 yards that time. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. A running play here on 1st down is going to go nowhere as he is tackled behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Ready up.
44 to Mike. Hey, man. Watch the boot. Watch the boot.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Back to throw here. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he finds a man on a crossing route. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. Tackle made by Eric Kendricks.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Viking 17-yard line.
A gain of 15. And the Raider 1st down.
Come on, set. 90, Wolf.
Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got? What you got, Heavy? What you got?
And to give this time to the tailback. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Parkey adds the extra point, and now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter.
24. Raiders 21.
So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as those guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Clelin Ferrell able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Yeah, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And down he'll go at the 25.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Ready?
Off play action. Correa. This is Johnson. He's got it. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards there. First down, Vikings. A much better effort we're seeing from him under center this week versus last week when he threw 4 picks.
He has thrown the 1 in this game, but you're right. When you cut it down from 4 the previous week, and we always talk about adjustments, well, he made some in practice, and he continues to work on it during the game. I'm sure he's getting plenty of reminders about how to stay in the moment, stay focused on the task.
And he's got him in the driver's seat here in the 4th quarter. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
At the 38-yard line.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down.
Yes.
Looking to throw. Correa. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 44-yard line. Defensively, they're okay with that. Short little route, tackle him inbounds. Okay.
All right, cliche alert. It's time for someone to make a play because they've got to have something bigger downfield. They can't just take what they give them. They've got to force it and make something big happen for them.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Hey, Foxtrot.
57. Mike, 57. Let's go, D. Big series right here. We got to step it up. 57's Mike. Mike, 57. Pick it up.
Snap.
That one looks like he'll throw here. He finds his target, Beckham. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. 39 yards there, a big one.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
A lot can go wrong when you call a play like this down in the red zone, but that's where you appreciate this from your head coach. He's not afraid to trust his guys to do the right thing, and as a player, that means an awful lot.
An ideal down and distance to try to finish this thing off. 2nd and inches.
Kill, turn up. Joker.
Come.
They'll try to run this one in. And the avenue collapsed for him as he's going to be held up short of the goal line. They hold him again, and now all of a sudden it's 3rd and goal at the 1. And he's across for the late touchdown. And in the final seconds, that one should just about put a capper on this game. Now Bullock to add the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Short kick. One of the up middle take it down.
Good work, boys. Let's go.